Candidates for city office are saying furloughs are a last resort, even though the majority of the city budget is in salaries and payroll. What do you feel is the best way to deal with the budget shortfall?
Okay, budget shortfall. We have a roughly a $27, $28 million budget. We're about $1.8 million short in our budget, which equates to around 7%. And I think if any of us would look at it, just like we look at our own budget at home, is there some areas that we can cut? There certainly would be, and I think we make those adjustments first. Furloughs would come last on the list, and I don't think we'll ever, in the foreseeable future, I don't think we'll get to a situation where we furlough employees. I think there's several things that can be done that can be redirected, spending for a short period of time that could accomplish making up our shortfall. And so I don't see furloughs as being anything we would do in the immediate future.
Mr. James?
I totally agree. I don't see that we are going to need to furlough. We do have hiring freezes for some of those. And also, when we're talking about 7-8%, divided between the different departments, I think that we can find ways to do some cutbacks, and we won't be talking about furloughing any city employees.
I agree that furlough should be last, lost of employees, because we need every one of our employees. They've already discussed in council meetings, maybe turning off of street lights, some vehicles not being taken home. That wouldn't include hopefully the police and firemen, because we do need to, I feel they need to take those home for their own safety. The council's already been discussing several ways to cut back, but I agree that furloughs and loss of city employees would be the last resort, and I hope it doesn't come to that.
Many of y'all know that Jack Harrison is my mentor. He was my teacher in high school. One of the lessons he taught me was that when he ran Harrison Tires, every now and then the money got tight. So he went without a paycheck to make sure his employees did. That type of servant leadership is what we need for City Hall right now. With $1.8 million down, 8, 7 to 9%, give or take. That's a big thing to deal with. But how do we address it? We can deal with it by asking everyone, what can you give up? We know that sacrifices are going to have to be made. There's no one magic bullet. There's no one thing that we can cut to solve our issue. There's very little waste at the municipal level. So the way we do that, we say we cut a little here, we cut a little there, we cut a little over here too. And we're going to get there. I don't need doubts we won't, because state law says we have to have a balanced budget, and we will. I don't need doubts about it, we'll get past it. The way we do it is by asking everyone, all the stakeholders, including the citizens, what's more important, what we can keep, and what has to go away. We'll get past it, we have a great managerial team, and we'll use their collective managerial wisdom to get through this.
Thank you. I'm going to read the question one more time before the council gets started here. Candidates for city office are saying furloughs are a last resort, even though the majority of the city budget is in salaries and payroll. What do you feel is the best way to deal with the budget shortfall? Mr. Johnson.
And that was one of my things on my list too. Number one, we are going, I would be not in favor of furloughs. If it comes to that, then we're going to start at the top. The top people are going to be furloughed first. I would be reluctant to furlough firemen and police for the safety of the people. We have a $20,000 for housing grant that is going out. Now, some councilmen want to do away with that. I say cut that down to $15,000, and then now you got another $5,000 here that you can work with. We also have a thing called stimulus money. According to this last sheet I have here, Muskogee had received $181,700 in stimulus money. I don't know where that money went. But we can do a lot of those things. We can go through each department and we can evaluate each department and see where we need to cut out the fat. And I guarantee you that's fat in just about each department. But again, I would be very reluctant to furlough. That would have to be a last minute crisis. I don't think we're going to come to that.
Mr. Payne.
I told you earlier I've been in business for 17 years in Muskogee. That business is a loop shop and a little restaurant over on 4th Street. I don't know if you guys follow oil prices much, but they've increased over 100%, not 7 or 8 in the last 5 years. Yet our business seems to be doing okay. We do that in many areas. I'll tell you one of the, your Chamber of Commerce, I don't have to tell you much, purchasing You make your money how you buy, not how you sell. Someone in the purchasing department, let's get tight there. Let's make sure we're operating at optimum levels in our purchasing. If you can't buy it right, you're never going to make your budget right. Furloughs, no, I do not think that's an option for us. I don't want to see one person lose their job. We have to have hiring freezes, which we're in the midst of now. Okay, that's fine. Sacrifice. We haven't lost one employee through this time that I've told you about. They work a little harder, perhaps. Sometimes maybe put in a little extra and don't get paid for it. I don't like that idea, but what I do like is we all.
Mr. Howard?
I think we need to react to trends a little faster. We all know the economy is coming down, and I think that we need to react to, the lack of income. I think we need to promote Muskogee a little better. I think we need to bring more things into Muskogee that will be staying in town a little bit longer. It's all about growing. And if we build it, I think we can get people to come in here and spend more money so we won't have this problem in the future. But it's reacting to trends and reacting to the waste. You tell me there's not any waste out here in city government right now. We're spending money where we shouldn't be. I think we are. And I think we need to find out where that's at and do whatever we have to do to protect our employees. And I think it's job security.
Mr. Ragsdale?
Furloughs should not even be in our vocabulary. What we should look at is getting the administrators together and see what we can do to work things out. I know a lot of us are used to living in a style of living, but if it had to, for a period of time, for some of us to take a cut as far as pay. I know that would hurt. I mean, the things that we love to do, we couldn't do, but that would show togetherness, that would show love for other people to say that everybody has a job. And I feel like once the economy comes back, everything moves up, we would be all right. But furloughs shouldn't even be in our vocabulary. We should work together with one another.
Mr. Ritchie?
There's a lot of things that we can do before we ever get to furlough, job loss of any kind. Use tax money, we bring in approximately $900,000 a year, and that's for buying stuff outside the state of Oklahoma in commercial business. One of my proposals that I have talked about with other council members is utilizing that, keeping $600,000 to $700,000 of it, put in the general fund, and that lessens our $1.8 million projected budget deficit. There's a lot of money that we spend as a council outside to other agencies. We're looking at every one of them. I know the War Memorial Board, we got $15,000 the last 2 years. We're gonna, we asked to cut it back to $10,000, allow that $5,000. May have to cut more of it. But that's exactly what we need to do, is talk about everything that we're spending on and cut it back. And I believe that we're going to be able to balance this budget without furloughs or layoffs. It's not going to be fun or easy.